Hello, everyone. Welcome to Libracadeum Lounge. We are on, I think, episode 5?
It's 5 now.
That's 5 now. Today, once again, we have my co-host, Philip. Say hi, Philip.
I think I just did.
Oh, yeah, you did. You took the storm. You took advantage of the situation. And today, our guest is Shulk, otherwise known as Isaac. Hello, Shulk. How are you doing?
Hello.
I'm going to kill you.
I'm doing great.
Wait, I thought his name was Ernesto.
No, my name is not Ernesto. That's my friend's boss's name.
Why'd you tell me your name was Ernesto when we met?
To trick you, it was a trick. It
Well,
deceived you.
To our viewers just joining us for this first episode of our 5th episode of the podcast, Shulk is a filthy liar and he tricked me.
I wonder if you can hear that.
I like to make an announcement. Shulk is a bitch-ass motherfucker.
Wow.
He pissed on my wife.
Good. I'm telling the police that you're accusing me of falsehoods. I'll have you know I've never pissed on anybody's wife.
Yet.
I might have pissed on somebody, but it wasn't somebody's wife.
I might have pissed someone off.
Oh, I did that a lot.
All right, Mr. Wordsmith. Would you like to introduce Shulk or have him introduce himself?
Yeah, that's a good question. Some of my questions actually are related to that. So, Shulk,
Yes.
whomst are you?
Whomst am I?
Whomst am you?
The god Shulk. I am here to bless you with my. No, I'm joking. I have stolen the name of Shulk when I was a fucking child because I loved Xenoblade so much. I am your average dude who throws soda for a living on the shelves at stores. When you buy your Dr. Pepper, it's because of me. I love video games and cars. And cute girls.
And cute girls.
And Shulk, this is a very special episode because for Shulk, we will not actually be asking our questions because he can see the future. He'll just be giving the answers.
Exactly. So Tag, about that second question, the answer is no.
This is going to be the fastest podcast we've ever hosted.
Oh man, you don't like the Xenoblade remake, huh?
No.
Alright, so why did you name yourself Shulk? I think you answered this earlier.
Partially, yes, because I when I was a kid, would go to my library and they had video games there, and I would literally look through the list of, and for some reason, my local library had Xenoblade Chronicles. And I was like,
Rad.
I'll play this game just because it looks cool. And I played it, and then that game fucking destroyed my life. I played it a shitload. I loved that game. And then I got my
really
name
fucking red.
Yeah, I got my name of ShulkZanza from Minecraft because I wanted to have my Minecraft name be Shulk, but that was already taken. So I was like, I'll put _Zanza because they're connected. Because fuck it.
Philip, all of our friends have the underscore gimmick.
It was a thing back then, all right. That's just how it was.
No, it makes me happy.
It's just how it was long ago.
What about Lee? Did he have the underscore?
Nah.
Dang. He's like the
I
only
thought he
one.
did. I thought his thing did have an underscore. It wasn't the Mighty Leo or whatever, or no.
No,
wasn't the Gumby Blockhead? Wasn't there a underscore in that?
I don't know.
I think there was.
Oh man, I should have asked him about that one.
William
specifically.
William may or may not edit in a picture of Lee's username right here in the podcast to clear things up. May or may not.
Or I could write a text bubble and say I didn't. Either one.
If you do, make sure you make that text bubble spin because I like it when you edit things.
Oh man! Oh yeah. Let me call you out, Philip.
It needs to spin,
podcast.
and then it needs to speed up, and then it needs to slow back down, and then it needs to spin even faster.
All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let William call me out first.
So Philip, have you seen the third episode of Goons?
No.
Oh. Man.
Oh well, what kind of friend are you? You're not even watching your buddy's content on YouTube. That's a shame.
That's true. Hey William, how many of the albums that I gave you have you listened to out of curiosity?
A few.
Well, I've watched a few of your videos, so fair is fair.
This is a call out. This this turned into. It's just y'all fucking.
I'm just defending I'm just saying that just because somebody makes media doesn't mean that you have to watch the media. Obviously, you should, but I mean, There's only so many hours in a day. And there's also just a fair amount.
There's 24 hours every day, mate.
I use 8 of those to sleep. usually 9 if I'm sleeping in. I use like somewhere between like 6 and 9 of those to work. And, you know, God knows, some of the rest of those hours are for my family and some of them are for me.
Just watch it while you're working.
That's not possible.
That's what I do. I just take my 215s and I watch the video. He
uploads
it while I'm working. Oh, damn.
But I'm sorry, William. I'll watch them eventually. I can't wait for us to have a future podcast where I have watched them, and this question is irrelevant.
Oh, that's fine, because in the beginning, first episode, when I was like, all right, conspiracy theorists about the corona, what's going on with the media? Turns out it was actually just as bad as we thought. So, you know, the first episode is data within itself.
I didn't watch the first episode as well, so I don't even.
Oh, the first episode of the podcast?
Yeah, what were you guys talking about? What was your conspiracy theory?
We talked about...
we didn't talk about anything. William talked about things. I let William talk about it for like 15 minutes. That's what happened.
I was like, why is the media freaking out over something if the data isn't correct for it? It turns out it was as bad as we thought.
Yes,
but the media also is just generally evil anyway.
I mean, also because China doesn't want to tell us anything.
Yeah.
Chinese government uses...
Yeah, that was an interesting development indeed that happened recently, where, what was it, China was expelling American journalists, was it?
They kicked out all the journalists. I posted a meme about that. It was the Aurora Borealis meme. And it was 0 new cases at this stage of the epidemic in the virus's origin country in a notoriously dense populated region. China, yes. May I see it? China announces it will expel all American journalists. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chinese government's whack.
China is just whack in general.
Well, no, I mean, not really China, specifically their government. Like to not sound.
Yeah, well, William,
just so people, way to be racist, man. You got against the Chinese people? No, I'm joking, but like
we just lost all our Chinese viewers.
You ruined it. I
don't know if they're allowed because of like how their government controls their like connection.
There's this thing called a VPN.
It's true, but do you think they even have access or knowledge to get a VPN?
Yes, you go. If you were sponsored, we could have plugged something here, but you're not, so we're not going to say.
Oh, what? Sure. How would they get to my videos if they didn't have a VPN in the first place?
Shulk should be on our advertising department.
You got to have the big mind.
No, here's the thing. How would they even access it? They would need a VPN to get to my channel anyway.
Yes.
So if I sponsored a VPN, there'd be no point because they already probably have a VPN.
Shut up.
But it's not NordVPN, and that's when you roll the advertisement.
Yeah, and then you're like, thank you for being...
No, here's the thing. I joked earlier, but like, freaking Andrew, while I was streaming, was like, by the way, if you guys want any reference codes for Raid Shadow Legends, let me know. I'm like, guys,
stop it.
I might have a Raid sponsorship.
Raid.
And I joked about the Four Goons episode where Dave's like, I found a can of Raid, and I asked him if it's a can of Raid Shadow Legends, right? I debated on making a bit where I stopped the clip and went, pew, 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 pew. I'm like, hold on, did you know that Raid's Shadow Legends? So, if I ever get that $4,000 sponsorship, let me know, Raid.
We'll see.
I'll be popular enough.
As an aside, my brother, the reason that we were bringing that up is because my brother is he's really good at mobile games. Like, he's really good at... There are some that he's put a lot of money into. But there are others that he's just not put much money in. But either way, he's very dominant at mobile games because he's of the RTS mindset. He used to play StarCraft, and he grew up on Age of Empires and Pharaoh and stuff like that. So he's a resource management nut, in a sense. So anyway, that kind of carried over to mobile games, and he used to play things like Clash of Clans all the time. And Raid Shadow Legends is apparently his newest... hobby, I guess you could say. Yeah. Pretty good at it.
Shoutouts to Death Walks Alone.
Yeah, go follow Death Walks Alone.
He appeared, I had a morning stream with him. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I saw that. I looked at my phone while I was working, and I was like, God damn.
I got my ass beat most of the time, but I had the butter as Lucario, and that was fun.
The butter.
That was the butter. You have to have the butter. But if you have too much butter, you get sick.
You slip and you die.
Just
Yeah,
look at
you
Sky
summed
Does
it up.
Minecraft. He slipped and fell right out of relevancy
Existence, and now he's
because
come
of
back.
all that butter.
Yep.
Yeah, he literally made a time loop and he came back. It's
He
weird.
did. I mean, he made music all while he was gone, and I listened to some. I liked some of the songs that he made.
Sky Does Minecraft made music?
Sky
Yeah,
Does
he
music?
Yeah, his music stuff is net nobody, and he makes kind of like lo-fi, like hip hop kind of ish. Like,
That's interesting. And
yeah,
subtle.
some of them were decent. I liked a few of the songs he released.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, Captain Sparkles did a bunch of Minecraft music videos too.
yeah, but those were Minecraft music. Like, this is his own, like, he was making actual like music.
Like it was not Minecraft related. It was
No, it
legitimate
wasn't
lo-fi
Minecraft related
stuff.
at all. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, man.
All right. Well,
You know
I
what?
think we've reached a logical conclusion to this string of thoughts. Maybe we should move on to some questions. I feel like we're just going to ramble the entire podcast
I
if
mean,
we don't.
we could
That's
just
what
do
the
that.
podcast is
That's
anyway.
what
That's
all
fine, but I feel like we need a little bit of structure.
I was gonna grab a question too, which is the funny part. We're
All
both
right.
looking at the freaking barbecue chicken tenders on the table.
All
trying
right,
to
well,
figure out
William,
who's
why
gonna-
don't you dunk first, okay?
Yeah, you go
okay,
first.
okay. So I'm gonna go grab one of the I'm gonna go first for this chicken tender. So as a child, for everyone, this is an all question. As a child, what did you want to be, and how has that changed over time?
Who should go first?
You should, Shulk, because you're the guest.
Okay.
Man of the plan.
I don't know. I didn't really have any big aspirations as a child. The only thing I remember like wanting to do as a kid is like I wanted to be like a tech or something, like to help people fix stuff. I just liked fixing shit as a kid. That's not like a specific job, really. So I don't know. I could have done like IT or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
fucking know. I mean, I kind of did a little bit of that in high school because like our high school had like a IT thing, and I had to do it for our senior year stuff because we had to do like a certain amount of like community service work or what the frick ever. So I did it with the high school, but it was just me standing in the library looking at memes on my iPad, and every once in a while some kid would come up to me and be like, I can't find this email. I'm like, did you look in your spam folder? And he was like, oh. And that was it.
And he walks back to this classroom.
Yeah, basically.
I had that problem. The only time I ever asked an IT person what's going on was when I was just saving a file, and I was using an unknown character in the file name, and it did not let it save whatsoever.
Nice.
That's the only time, though, because normally I'm pretty technological, like, savvy.
Technological savvy.
Well, not word savvy,
mean
but
tech
computer savvy.
That's why your name is Tech.
It's because I like production. Whee! When I was a youngin', I know specifically for a fact that I said I wanted to have a perfectly normal amount of money that I get, like a steady income, and I wanted to be happy.
A perfectly normal amount of money. That's a very specific thing. What qualifies as a perfectly normal amount of money?
Like, I don't need to be rich or anything.
Like,
I just
how
want,
much?
Like,
Like a week? How much you want to get paid a week? How much you want to make in a year?
in a week?
Yes.
1,200 would be nice.
1,200.
Every week.
That's a very on the dot number with the relief check we're supposed to be getting from the government.
I know, but if I can somehow manage to earn that every week, I'd be like, oh, I'm okay.
That's a
That means I
very
have enough to
specific
save
number.
money. I have enough to
the government
save
sent me a
money
week's
and,
paycheck.
like,
That's nice.
Did you do math on that? How much would that total out to be? For, like,
that would be
yearly
pretty
salary?
good, because then if every 2 weeks it'd be like 2,400, right?
Uh-huh.
And then quick maths, it's like
That's 64.
4,800.
That's
for a
64.
month.
Your yearly income would be 64,800. Just size 60.
Yeah. That's not too bad, because that means you could easily pay month's rent with that. You could save up money to plan some things.
I think like
go on trips.
I think $1,000 would be enough. Like from like how much money I make right now, and like, if I made $1,000 every week, I feel like I would definitely be able to just be able to take care of bullshit and also have enough money to afford like video games and car parts and shit as well.
Yeah, I'd be able to send some money back to my friends and stuff. Because at this point, I'm like, I just kind of want to be like I just kind of want to help my friends and live with a good social bubble.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of doing at the moment. It's just I'm not really making any money, so I kind of have to make the bubble bigger.
Nobody's really making money right now because everybody's locked in their houses.
True.
It sucks. It's hard. Even
Yeah,
for me.
they say the economy actually booms better in the winter. So
Well, it's not winter.
I know that's
It's gonna be summer. It's the opposite.
So I'm gonna take the growth I get with strides and take what I can get. Like every little subscriber counts. Once I get that big 100, I get that custom URL, and I don't have to worry about. Yeah, I don't have to worry about putting in the YouTube channel every single, not the URL every single time I stream. So
Yeah.
that's one of my big goals.
You just gotta keep believing, man.
Yeah.
You gotta keep going. You never
Besides
know.
paying
The
off this-
YouTube algorithm might just grab you one day and throw you into the void, and you'll be like, "Oh God!"
I didn't expect this, and then I might be called a simp or something, and I'll get like.
Why would
negative
people call you a
powers.
simp?
I don't know. Dave called me a simp.
Well, it's because Dave's a cuck.
Yeah. Send that to him send that to him out of context. Okay, Philip, your answer.
Well, when I was
be an astronaut. I wanted to be...
actually, my dad wanted to be an astronaut, and he still does to this day. Like
Hey.
his one dream in life that he probably won't achieve is he wanted to be in space. And the reason they didn't achieve it is just because being an astronaut, is not everybody can be an astronaut. That's just the fact of life.
Yeah, no.
Like there's
You
just
could still damn well try.
you can, but my dad is a very practical guy, and he's like, the odds are just not in my favor. Like I'm not the physical, and I'm not the smart guy. Basically, I'm not the guy they'll want, so I'm probably not going to make it.
Yeah.
But that not me though. When I was really young, I wanted to be a superhero. I just wanted to I wanted to be like Generator Rex or something, where I had like
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
techno suit or something, and I could just like fly around, grind around, skate around, jet around, and just save people and fight crime and do stuff like that. But when I actually was growing up, my fixation with video games kind of made me want to be a video game designer, and so that for a while, that's what I said is, I'll make video games or something like that. It took me a long time though for me to realize making video games, you can either like design them or you can make them, like program them or what have you. And I'd realized that I didn't really want to do either. I didn't want to be I didn't want to be the Edmund McMillan, because that's a lot of work, and holy crap, you have to be very imaginative and work really hard for that. And
God
I
bless
really,
Edmund.
yeah, I respect him a lot, but no way. And then programming. So then I kind of turned to programming, not just to game design, but to design, like to make things, to code. I was like, okay, that could be interesting. So I toyed with that for a while, and turns out coding's also really hard and complicated and not worth my time, in my opinion.
Because it has math in it.
No, I actually really like math. Physics
hate
and
math.
Physics and calculus were some of my favorite
Why?
classes.
I despise
Math is so fun.
The burning passion. I failed math
I love
3
math.
years in a row in high school.
Well,
Oh, man,
I'm a
math is the
mathematician.
easiest.
I can
I
make
hated
numbers
math.
disappear.
I barely could get math to work. I remember my one girlfriend being like, how the fuck? 'Cause I would solve math problems in like the stupidest way, but like it worked. But she was like, how would you solve that? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't know how you solved that. I'm like, that's the right answer though, right? Because she liked math, and she was like, yeah, that's right, but how'd you do that? I'm like, don't fucking question it. Just accept that I got it.
You're like
love
you're like
math.
that guy that's like, oh, he thinks outside the box, and you're like, what box?
What box?
I divided the box.
I took that box away. I made a house out of that box.
So yeah, basically, I just kind of, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. In fact, when I graduated high school, I still didn't know what I wanted to do. And
Same hat.
honestly, right now, I still kind of don't know what I want to do, and I've already graduated high school and been in college. So that should tell you something.
See, I haven't gone to Cool Egg, and I'm glad that it didn't. That I didn't go to Cool Egg, because I feel like I just would have been burning money there. Because I don't know what the fuck I wanted to do.
When you go to Kool-Aid and get your diploma, you get to walk on stage and be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, but like also, I'm making more money than most of my friends who went to college probably are right now. So I mean,
Fair.
also again, like I said, I don't know what the fuck I would go to college for. I feel like I would just waste time.
You go to put a bunch of pictures together of like your memories, and oh wait, that's a collage.
That's
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know,
that's.
Oh, I mean, I pretty much took college. I went to community college, and I pretty much took the classes I wanted to do because they interested me.
Yeah.
And I figured it'd be the natural evolution of what I needed to do. Like, I took one for, like, logos, like a Illustrator class. I took one that involved the fundamentals of design. I took a public speaking class, and all, like, the ones I figured that would be necessary. If I go back, it would probably be for, more camera stuff, more production stuff, just because I love production and I want to learn about how to be professional.
Hell yeah, dude.
With that said, we're recording under blankets because we don't really have anything
Quality
to really...
production.
Did you just give that away?
Yes, I did.
You did. You just cut it out.
Yeah, cut it out, William.
Okay, no, I'm not cutting it out. I'm keeping
Just
it
saying
in.
that, like,
I mean,
well,
like,
we're recording underneath.
oh wow. I mean, the thing is that I've watched a lot of Booth Junkies lately, and he's like, well, it's not usually about the microphone, it's usually about getting the recording space correctly. So if I can hack together making, like, a really, choppy, like, if I can hack together a recording space with, like, nothing, then I'll do it.
Just build a shack in your backyard out of wood planks and shite.
We don't have wood planks.
Find
Actually,
some.
we have,
You've got trees in your backyard to make them into planks.
no, we're saying Minecraft, you goofus.
I mean,
you gobber.
you just have to believe.
You chicken nugget.
Wait, I thought we were chicken tenders.
Shulk, do you have questions?
Yes, I do.
I want to know. I want to know
What do you
your
want to know?
questions.
You want to know? They're of great different variety.
That's the best kind.
Okay? So the first question is, what is y'all's favorite frozen pizza?
Oh, man. Man, this question sucks. Philip, do you want to go first?
Okay, Jack's pepperoni can be rising crust
shit.
or thin crust. Don't care.
Jack's is the broke boy shit that you want to have pizza, but you can't afford
Broke boy
fucking shit.
Yo, get out of here. I mean, I'll eat any other, like, Red Baron or Freshetta, but Jack's is so good.
It's cheap as fuck, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the thing. You could buy one Freshetta or Red Baron, or you could buy, like, 5 Jacks. And
Yeah,
you're, like,
exactly.
set.
That's what my friends were on. We were on that shit. Jack's is good as fuck, but, like, it's the I want pizza, but I'm broke.
It's definitely the Little Caesars of Walmart and, like, store pizza, I will admit.
God, dude, don't fucking remind me of Little Caesars. Little Caesars makes pretty decent pizza, but that pizza always makes me fucking shit myself. I don't know why.
The deep dish isn't that bad.
I don't think I've ever had deep dish. I didn't even know.
Oh,
Little
really?
Caesars
That's like the
made
best
deep
kind
dish.
that Little Caesars offer.
I live in
The
fucking
deep dish is good.
Chicago, and I've never had the deep dish Little Caesars pizza. So many people.
Oh, Chicago, that's a good band.
I will say, ever since the Crohn's thing, I've been advised to not eat so much stuff with saturated fat. So pizza has been a problem because it's like, you got cheese, you got your meat, you got your red meats, and then you got all this bread. So it's a problem. I can only have so much of it. But when I do, I love it. When I used to eat pizza before this whole thing that blew over, I really liked Supremes and Mexican-style pizzas. Those were my favorite.
What the fuck's in a Mexican-style pizza?
Jalapenos. For some reason, they put tortilla chips in there, and it's whack. Different types of peppers.
Tortilla. Is it supposed to be Mexico?
Mexico. And then,
But you get in Mexico, you get tortillas, you get enchiladas, you get...
And then they put, like, beef on there, too, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, see, that's the good shit.
Yeah, it's great.
Like
it's too bad I can't have it anymore, but it was the most delicious thing. And I would usually get Red Baron because I love Red Baron. I've kind of pretty much grew up on it. It's been, like, brand loyalty. If Red Baron stabbed a man, I probably wouldn't question it.
You heard it here first. William endures murder. He encourages it.
William would do anything for Red Baron. See, my favorite frozen pizza is fucking DiGiorno.
DiGiorno's good.
DiGiorno's always been my shit. My friends give me crap for it all the time because I'm like, if we're getting pizza, I'm like, we getting DiGiorno, and they're like, but that stuff's expensive. I mean, it's $6 a pizza. It's good pizza. It's quality pizza.
That's not bad for a pizza compared to, like, actual, you go to Pizza Hut and you're like, holy God, why?
Yeah.
Why $12?
Yeah, no, it's a whole thick pizza. They're good pizza. I love those pizzas. I just can't eat them very often.
That's the thing. Delivery pizza is in a whole different class from frozen pizza.
It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Alright, get this man a sponsor.
Get this man a sponsor.
That was too slick. That was so slick you got grease on your hands for that DiGiorno.
Okay. Alright, next question.
I had DiGiorno earlier. I just ate one.
My favorite
Next.
JoJo character is DiGiorno. DiGiorno Giovanna.
Next question. Which historic figure has heavily influenced your life?
Historic figure has heavily influenced my life.
Do I have to choose one?
Because I swear to God, Philip, I know you're gonna pick a musician.
No,
I
not
was thinking about
necessarily.
it
I'm
too.
just saying. Like,
I mean, you just pick just I don't know. I labeled it open,
Okay.
so that's how the best ones start, because interpretation and perspective. We said talk about this every podcast. Now shoot.
okay, so obviously there's a lot of musicians that have influenced me, I guess. And if I had to pick musicians that heavily influenced me, they would probably be Phil Collins, because I was named after him. No, I'm just kidding. I just happened to share his name, actually. Pink Floyd, particularly Roger Waters. Really all of them. Roger Waters, David Gilmour, Nick Mason, and Richard Wright. Those are all, like, the musicians. Like, when I think of music, I usually think of them through their eyes. But also Rush. So that's Geddy Lee, Alex Lifeson, and Neil Peart. So, like, those 7 musicians right there are probably the musicians that I know the most about and that I appreciate the most. So, like, you know, my idea of, like, what music should be, anything from, like, guitar riffs to drum rolls to solos to bass lines, keyboards, support, freaking solos, atmospheres, lyrics. Most things music came from them. I started listening to music via Pink Floyd and Rush, and music's a big part of my life. So those 7 people are definitely big. But other than that, I really like Rubik's Cubes, and the 2 people that I can think of off the top of my head that really influenced me were probably Arno Rubik and Felix Zemdegs. Arno Rubik invented the Rubik's Cube, and Felix Zemdegs revolutionized it by being dominant in many Rubik's Cube events for a long period of time, and he still is to an extent. So I really like those people. I don't know past that. I think that's good for me. What about you, Shulk? Can you think of any historic figures that shape your life?
I can't.
Or an inspiration?
No, I mean, I don't qualify as a historic figure. Nothing's really been a big impact on my life.
What about Isaac Newton?
No.
He's a cool guy, right? You guys are Isaacs.
Shut the fuck up, though.
He invented gravity, you invented gravy?
There's not like the bands and stuff I listen to, but no one, I can't really think of anything that had a big impact on my life. Maybe like what's this dude's name? Ishiwasi Yataro, guy who founded Mitsubishi, my favorite car company. Yeah, my favorite fucking car company.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Yeah,
he
I mean,
founded them.
technically, yeah.
He founded them. It was originally like a metalworking company, and now eventually led into Mitsubishi fucking making cars and shit.
So was he like the Ford of Japanese cars?
No. Well, I can't remember. I think Toyota was the first like Japanese car company to actually make like good cars. So they made like the Crown after like World War II, I think, whatever. Because early like cars weren't really a thing in Japan. Well, they were a thing, but like they were only for super super rich people. So only they had it, and then Toyota started making like their small little cars that were more affordable to the mass of people, and that's when the cars really started selling in there. But this is the dude who founded Mitsubishi, and I love Mitsubishi and their cars, or at least their older cars. Mitsubishi doesn't make good cars anymore because they're just kind of fucking dying. But I have a fucking Eclipse that I'm looking at right now at the window of my house.
As you're looking at it and you put your hands softly on the window.
Yeah, on the window. It's just soon.
Soon.
I mean, I love these cars, and this car is what drove me to work and try and get as much money as I could to save up to buy it. So I guess it's a decent like impact on my life of me wanting one of these cars really bad.
Oh man.
But that's it. Like there's nothing else that like has impacted my life, and I've been like, yeah, I live because of that. I don't know. I also don't know historic people.
I mean, technically, I was waiting for someone to be like Hitler because the world changed forever after he was brought in.
Why? Why would somebody say that?
I don't know, because technically their lives were changed heavily because of Hitler.
That could be because of anybody. Yeah, my lives were because of Stalin.
Man, if Mr. Gorbachev didn't tear down that wall, I wouldn't have been born in
General
this universe.
Lee. I could technically say George Washington greatly influenced my life because he's the reason I'm here in this fucking country.
If I was
alive.
if I was a traumatized child, I could have been like, "Oh yeah, the guy that raped me and killed my parents when I was 6. He changed my life forever. Gotta thank
Oh
him."
yeah,
Oh yeah.
big change. But no.
Uh, in my corner of the ring here, I would
Ding,
say
ding.
Daft Punk. It's Daft Punk.
That's it.
I also watched a lot of Chugga Conroy when I was growing up.
I
Like I did a lot of.
I watched Chug purely because he played Xenoblade, and I was like,
When I was young, I watched a lot of like Chugga Conroy, and
When he said
he was one of
historic
the-
figures, I didn't think he meant YouTubers.
yeah, like
I
I
could
Fucking
consider
run on and on.
you could have just said like because historic figures is like the founding fathers. That's what I think when we say historic figures. When you say like models to you or like idols to you, like that could be like as you said like YouTubers or shit. And I probably
Yeah.
could think of a few like band leaders and stuff.
Daft Punk, I also wouldn't consider
Yeah,
a
Daft
historic
Punk.
figure because, I mean,
They're not historic, really.
they're about as historic as Skrillex.
Well, they will be historic, but they aren't yet.
Right.
so soon.
They aren't history, I guess
Tech's
is what I'm
looking
saying.
into the fucking future, and he's like, "Yeah."
Are you guys sure? Because like what was at the beginning of the 2000s and like 1990s
year
are pretty old.
2088?
Yeah, we're pretty far from that now at this point. We could say that Sting and the Police were iconic figures in history. Because, you know, the Beatles were at a certain point weren't history, but then
Yeah.
they eventually became history. Because, you know, time.
True. Yeah, because, time.
I mean, Will Smith is a historical figure. How about that scene in Men in Black where Will Smith is confronted with the other agent, and he's like, imagine all the things that you could see.
Imagine.
Not even the best Will Smith scene. The best one would be like from...
The best one is when he looks up those goggles and goes, that's
Honestly.
See, you drive the old busted hotness. I drive the new hotness. Old and busted, new hotness. Okay, all right. Who wants to take the ball? I'll just hand the ball over.
Well, I mean, you and
Just
me have
walk-
gone, so I guess it's Zant's turn.
All right. I want to bring up an interesting topic that I thought of today.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I call it anti-hype. A lot of people, when they
okay.
get excited for things, especially things that are coming out, that are announced, that are being teased, even when they get delayed or, updated or whatever. Like, games are coming out, animes are being made, whatever. People are getting excited for all these different things. Like, William just got Persona 5 The Royal. He is itching to play it. He's chomping at the bit. Shulk, I'm sure you're excited about Xenoblade Definitive Edition. I'm sure you wet your pants when that thing, you found out when it was going to come out.
Yes.
And personally, I really, 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 really want to play, I do want to play Persona, but I also want to play the new Guilty Gear game. And I want to play No More Heroes 3.
Yes, Strive.
Oh yeah.
So, as we can see, there's plenty of things to be excited about. The thing is, I wanted to discuss things that are kind of like that, big games, big titles, things that are popular in the media, popular in maybe even our friend group, that you're not excited for, that you don't think you're going to get it, that you don't want to hear about, maybe you just don't even give a shit about it. You think it's not all that good, not all that. Anti-hype. You guys have anything that's big that, it's like everybody's like, oh my god, Splatoon 3 is coming out, and you're like, I don't care.
No, because I'm not a
1 too.
hipster.
They're just gonna draw the R34 again, and then everyone's gonna forget.
Well, do you guys feel that way? Like, did you guys get Doom Eternal and really disappointed by it?
Doom Eternal
I find that
be solid
Did some
for my whole body.
Well, let's not talk about that.
you know those bodybuilders that like take off their shirt, they're wearing like a Speedo and they're flexing. They're like, oh,
That was me when I played Doom Eternal.
It made you a man.
Yes, it did. There hasn't been like there's nothing I can think of that's like coming out or has been announced or people are like, woo, that's coming out that I have no excitement for. There have been things that have been mentioned that I've had excitement for that have fallen off of the face of the earth.
Like what?
Skull and Bones.
What's Skull and Bones?
Skull and Bones was when the fuck did Ubisoft announce this? Like I think
Was
EA
that the pirate game?
Yes. So like like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, how like that game is really liked a lot because of its like the on sea combat and everything, like the ocean combat with between the pirate ship and everything is super cool and like really in depth.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Ubisoft decided to make its own game based entirely off of the naval combat, and of course to flesh it out and add more mechanics and everything to it to actually make it into its own game. They announced that at E3 at like 2017 or 2018 E3, and they have not mentioned a single thing about it since then. There was a trailer at E3, and that's it. I haven't seen anything else about. There's many updates. It's been sitting on my Steam wish list for like a year for me just to have it there so I don't forget about it.
So, if I may ask, do you think it will retreat into irrelevancy, or do you think Ubisoft just doesn't cover it because they're working on it?
They say they're supposedly working. I looked at this like a few weeks, like a week ago, and supposedly they moved the release date to I think it was supposed to come out this year. I think they delayed it to next year, and that was before all the COVID-19 stuff and everything too. But they just pushed it back. But like they haven't mentioned it anywhere, and like. Not too many people were excited for it. It looked like when it came out because it was just all pirate combat. And everybody's like, But I was like, shit, more ship combat. I want that. But I have not seen any mention of it anywhere at all. And I feel like most people have forgotten about it.
It reminds me of a few games that kind of just went under.
Yeah, there's a lot of games like that.
Yeah, like the games that go on E3 and just kind of go immediately under the radar.
Disappear. I hate. That's the thing that I hate. Is when video game companies do that. They show off a trailer for a game. They're like, "Hey, look at this game!" Like with like Metroid Prime 4, how they just showed a fucking image, and it's already been like 4 years since they showed us that. I hate that because I hate that companies like release teasers and stuff for games like months or years before they're actually like ready to be released. Because everybody gets super hyped about it, they talk about it, but then it's still under development. Then nothing actually happens about it for like another like half a year to a year. And they're like, oh, the game's coming out next year, or like in half, or like a few months. And you're like, oh, like I wish they would release the trailers closer to more when the games were ready to come out. But I understand like the business model, like they have to let the fucking investors know about shit. It just sucks.
They also have to let the game grow because a game that is delayed better be good versus a delayed that's rushed.
Cough. Last of Us 2.
Cough. Ubisoft.
What is that? That's the only thing that Ubisoft is delayed. Okay, it's just Skull and Bones. It's not like a main series game, so I'm not that salty.
EA.
There's nothing major you can think about that you.
No, not really. I mean, I guess do you think Mighty Number 9 count as that?
Oh yeah, that was a fun one.
I was excited for Mighty Number. Did any of y'all play Mighty Number 9?
I didn't bother.
My friend bought it. He didn't buy it when it came out. He bought it like a year later.
I'm pretty sure the classic Mega Man series is one of my favorite game series. And when I saw the Mighty Number 9 in like $10 and $5 game bins, I was like, something's wrong here.
Yeah, it's like it's not like really a horrible game, but there are some very glaring issues with it. Like
the pizza explosions.
Yes, the pizza explosions. Yes, like it doesn't look the best. It plays okay. It lags. Like this everything's complaining. People standard complain. But my thing was that the sword power up you get from the one enemy breaks the game because when you do the sword slash move that he has, which is his normal move, that doesn't consume ammo. That's just your normal attacks. It replaces the beam blast with a sword slice that cuts through bullets. So essentially, you're invincible. So as long as you keep mashing the sword button, nothing can touch you. And I actually had to do that to beat the final boss, because the final boss in that game is so fucking bullshit. So bullet storm of shit. So it's just me staying in the corner, slashing the sword and dodging underneath bullets and everything. And the final boss also is extra bullshit, because once you defeat it, it like falls underneath the stage and it looks like it dies, but then it comes back out from the bottom of the stage and it has an active hitbox when it does that. And the first time I beat the boss, that killed me. I was on a sliver of health, and I was like, I did it! I beat it! And then it came out from the floor and killed me, and I had to do it again.
A hipster would call that good game design.
It subverts your expectations.
But I would call that I want to be the guy, which is, it's your first run through the game killer.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's the whole shtick of I want to be the guy, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you incorporate it into an actual game, it's not so good. Well, William, what about you? Do you have any thoughts on this anti-hype thing?
I've had a similar situation in the past. It's mostly just past stuff, because everything this year has been pretty cool looking, especially you, No More Heroes. I'm looking at you and the pedestal that you have with the god glow on it, and like all the music and stuff that's going to be in there, and all the fun boss fights. I'm looking at you in the distance at the top of the staircase. It's going to be amazing. And if not, it's going to be the biggest disappointment of the year, but no pressure. So there's that, but I don't really have any ones that are happening this year. I remember when I watched Marvel Infinite come out slowly and be not as impressive. I was sad. Infinite. I was real sad. Controversially, there are people that didn't like the new Fooly Cooly, and I kind of didn't like the progressive one. I think it was the one with the girl with the headphones. That was kind of whatever.
But you said you did like the alternative one, right?
That's what I saw a lot of people say about Fooly Cooly.
Honestly, because it's just K-On! But with Fooly Cooly. It's fun. What could you want from it?
We were thinking about the fact that Fooly Cooly has grown just like how you have grown. It's changed just like how you have changed. It can't be like old Fooly Cooly. It's different now.
It's new Cooly Cooly.
That's actually pretty in pretty in the style and like the, I don't know what you'd call it, the narrative of the original show, because it was about growing up.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the new Fooly Cooly, but it's interesting that you point that out.
If you know, like the old Fooly Cooly, it's about like what's his name, the kid, fucking Naoto, whatever, and him trying to grow up. But then I think it's progressive. Progressive focuses on pink-haired bitch, whatever her name was, I can't remember, and about how she's not being a fucking adult, right? And it's just like, oh, I grew up, but I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not being an adult, right?
No, we're all adults right now.
Trying. I've got you in my sight. We're all adults now.
We're all just doing what we can, and that's what's most important.
What's your anti-hype?
Well, then maybe we should move on to the next question, topic, or tangent.
What's your anti-hype? You didn't answer your own question.
Did I answer my own question? I'm sorry.
No.
I forgot. To be honest, I was not terribly excited about Doom just because I haven't played Doom, so I have absolutely no experience with it.
You should get on that.
I'm pretty sure, if I played the 2016 Doom reboot game, then I would probably it would be a make it or break it. I'd be like, well, now I have to beat this and get Doom Eternal, and my life is now a lie.
Eternal is immensely better than 2016. Just
because, I want to start somewhere.
Yeah, you have to start with 2016 because you'll get to see that. Because that's what I didn't like about 2016 was the platforming in that game was fucking garbo. I hated doing the platforming in 2016. I would always bounce off of things and smack my head on stuff and fall to my death. I fell into the void more times than the demons killed me in that game. I know that for a fact.
There's platforming in Doom? I didn't know that.
Yes. And then Eternal, they actually flesh it out and they give you like an air dash and like there's like stuff you can grapple on to swing around and move around. It's way better. It's way better in 26 in Eternal.
Yeah, because you have options.
Yes.
And then you're not stuck to Castlevania jumping.
And you can double jump eventually in 2016. Yeah, but like 2016, there's so many times where I jumped up as Doomslayer and all here's fucking bonk as he smacks his head on the top of a platform and falls to his death.
Hey guys, when was the last Castlevania game made?
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was released.
That's not Castlevania.
Do you think they just gave up and they were like, let's just go to Netflix? And they're like, yeah, you can make an anime.
I think Konami doesn't care. I'm pretty sure there's a pachinko machine recently out there.
Great.
But you know.
I love gambling.
But you know.
Alright, my next question. Is gambling right? I'm just kidding.
I mean, YouTubers and...
It was just a joke, William.
And popular...
Castlevania Anniversary Collection 2019.
2020.
YouTubers and popular e-girls like steal people's money by like just will of charm alone. So
that's not gambling. That's theft.
That's
gambling.
That's you willingly giving away money.
That's manipulation.
Yeah,
that's different.
But gambling is also manipulation in a different sense. because you're being lied to in the face of you could win big, but you don't. I mean, with e-girls, it's like for dudes, they simp, so they're like, this is the chance of a girl liking me, so I'll send her money, but it doesn't work out that way.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, though. That's not really gambling. That's like
gambling, you don't look at the machine, you go, if I give the machine money, it will notice me, and it will give me more money. You just go, if I dump enough money into this thing, maybe I'll get it.
Yeah, gambling is about addiction.
Yes.
Whereas giving money to a girl is about, like, being alone.
Depresso.
Yeah, it's depressing.
My depression is chronic, but my memes are ironic.
It's still a sort of manipulation, though.
I don't doubt that, but it's fairly different from gambling.
Manipulation of the
like
soy
that. That's
boys.
the equivalent of saying that you losing money in
what I'm saying
in the stock market is like the same thing as getting robbed, because you lose money in both cases, and it's a bad thing in both cases. Like, it's just, you're right.
The stock market robbed me.
I mean, what I'm saying is that they're both industries built on manipulation of the lower, like...
What, gamer girls are an industry?
E-girls are an industry. Cam girls, dude. The e-girls know what they're doing. They're fully aware of the simps and how to manipulate.
The e-girls are united. They're all one company. They're all plants.
E-girl corp.
Okay, my point is, William, it's a gross generalization.
What I'm saying is that if you allow one, then what do you think of the other? Because you have to question, what industries do we allow via manipulation of the consumer?
All of them were capitalists. Next question.
I only have one more question, so I'm gonna have to play my skip card.
All right, Shulk. I think it's Europe.
Oh, all right, it's all right. Let's see, which question should I... What's the best fast food place?
The best what?
Fast food place.
Oh.
I like the
oh. Noble Romans.
What is that?
Noble Romans, it's a pizza place.
I don't live in Indiana.
Oh man, that's my favorite breadstick and cheese dip combo. I love it so much.
They're not terribly local, are they, William?
No, they I don't think I think they're local. It's more of an Indiana thing.
Oh, okay.
Because it spread through like an IU college, I think, is where it started, and then they went out from there.
So
and they've been desperately trying to survive in the business world. And they're still alive. They haven't died yet, which is really fun to me. It makes me happy.
There was a slight revitalization of them recently.
Y'all have Portillo's down there?
Nah.
If we do, it's not near us.
Okay.
See, now you're hitting us with that that Chicago.
You got any Chicago's pizza down there?
You got any pizza?
You guys
don't get my Chicago pizza.
Get the Squares pizza sauce.
Somebody say Squares? It's tasty.
Y'all ever heard of Bocce's?
Nah.
Bocce's got some good ass pizza.
Oh, dude, you ever have Ritter's?
No, what the fuck is that?
That's the name of my dentist.
That's my dentist. Y'all dentists making food?
Seriously, my dentist's name is John Ritter.
Do you guys have Culver's?
Culver's is nice.
Culver's is nice.
Culver's is nice.
There's
gonna be a gap from where he says talking about the thing to now it's just Culver's is nice. Like there's gonna be a jarring.
No, it's fine.
If anyone asks, they're gonna just say it was like something controversial.
Yeah.
I think Steak and Shake is my favorite, like fast and shit though.
They're also dying.
Yeah, I know. They were dying beforehand.
Philip, say which one you like.
I really like Arby's, Culver's, Wendy's. Like I guess
about
those
Arby's.
are my three.
We always go to Dairy Queen for some reason.
Because
Dairy Queen's also good.
To Dairy Queen. Yeah, see, Wendy's is the top tier.
Yeah, Wendy's.
I just wish they had like Frosties or some shit. Like good Frosties. Like I know they have their little vanilla soft serve shit, but I wish they had like the fucking shakes and shit like that Culver's have. That's why I've been going to Culver's more because I remember those concrete mixers are fucking good.
Concrete mixers are good. They're also expensive as crap though.
Yeah.
I used to go to Taco Bell, but no, I can't really because it's cheese, beef,
Taco Baco.
Not only that, but you don't want to go to Taco Bell more than like twice a year, or else your stomach will hate you.
No, you just get like a crunchy taco.
My friend's immune to Taco Bell.
Anything extravagant.
Man, I like to get chicken quesadillas.
Subway also makes me
also-
just shit myself. I don't know why.
I probably don't make it any easier on myself because whenever I go to Subway, I almost always get a meatball sub.
That's why.
I like Italian food, and as it turns out, my stomach doesn't like me a lot.
Well, it's because are you Italian?
No.
That's why.
Yeah, when I eat burgers, I still,
Burgers are Italian. Burgers are American.
Dictionary. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if I eat burgers or Italian. If
Well,
you
obviously,
eat
you're
something
not
that's bad for
American
you, it
enough
sucks.
either.
Well, listen, I dieted on fries for 3 months. Just fries. Electronics. And after eating all those Ram chips, by the way, chips are very tasty, I have to say that I'm ready for anything salty. But no matter what burger I eat, no matter how many fries I eat, like, if I eat too much, it's all going down the dump hole.
It all goes down the dump hole anyway.
That's how it's supposed to work.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta take a fat poop.
I never was very good at being a doctor.
Shulk.
Yeah.
How many questions do you got?
I have 5. I told you I have 5.
I think we
three
might have
left.
burned through me and Philip's more than Philip. You have one. You have 2 more, right?
I
Yes, you
have 4 of mine. I've only asked 1 so far.
He said he had 5 as well.
Really?
You're the one who's slacking here.
What? I've asked all of my questions almost all my
You
questions at
didn't
this
have
point.
5 questions. Well, because some of them were short questions, weren't they?
I mean, I asked you about your username, and then I asked everyone about the childhood, what they want to do with their
Yeah,
life.
because you had the 2
question.
back-to-backs. That's why.
And then which historical figure question.
Yeah.
And I only have 1 more.
Well,
Okay,
it should get good in the neighborhood. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know what else to
right.
tell you.
This is my pocket. I'm the guy that leads the charge.
This is my podcast!
Yeah, well, maybe you could make the charge last a little longer, bud.
Jesus Christ. Fine, Philip. You want to run through your questions?
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Okay.
So, what are everybody's thoughts on Animal Crossing New Eternal?
Woo!
Animal Crossing New
Animal
Eternal.
Crossing New Horizons and Doom Eternal were interesting because due to a coronavirus sort of complication, Doom Eternal was released on the same day as Animal Crossing, I believe, which
Yes.
has
That's
been
why there's all the fan art of
it
Isabelle
led
and
to a lot
Doomslayer.
of very, very fun fan art.
It's quality
And
shit.
a lot of entertaining interactions between the 2 communities. So, but
It's funny because Animal Crossing releasing during the coronavirus means everyone is not doing anything, just playing Animal Crossing while being quarantined. So they have the perfect antidepressant to get hooked on during the quarantine.
Yeah, that's what
Exactly.
Omni said.
Phenomenal.
He was like, Nintendo somehow got the most perfect time to release this game.
not only that, but I mean, if they don't have a face mask in Animal Crossing, I'll be a little mad.
They
Just
do.
kidding.
It's they do.
Okay.
It's kind of funny because you remember in There'll Never Be Another Driver like Dale Earnhardt, like how NASCAR got a spotlight because everyone was stuck in home while it was raining.
That's
it's
Nintendo
that
now.
same fun phenomenon.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
It's been real fun. I have a time traveler. It's great. Unfortunately, I can't play Animal Crossing for too long
I'm a time
because
traveler.
I have to time travel because if I don't time
he's
travel,
putting it out there, folks.
the game's gonna last way too long, and I'm a guy that gets really addicted into things what I like really fast. So if I can play the game and finish it, then I could go do things with my life and make this
This is
podcast.
a fair point.
But you could be playing Animal Crossing while you're doing this podcast, though.
No, if I did, I would hate myself. I wouldn't be focused on me talking with my good friends.
Yeah, master that multitask.
I have Doom 2016 on my computer, and I realized I have it for free, so I'm like, I'm gonna play that soon.
Yeah, dude. 2016 is still
And
good.
then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get Eternal, maybe with the
Dream.
government check, but I don't want to think about that.
Yell.
I want to think about paying my hospital bills first.
Yell at Eternal. You have a
Anyway.
PlayStation?
Yeah, I do.
Oh shit, dude.
He has a PS3 and a PS4.
Oh,
I'm gonna play.
I'll just mail
play the
you my
one.
copy of Eternal once I finish it. I'll
Hey,
get
hey
some.
William, you want to give out your address?
Oh
no,
my god!
I don't need his address. I've got very smart pigeons. I'll just have them carry it up. They'll find you. They'll find you.
Anyway, they'll find you. They always do. Just give them like a lock of my hair.
How would I get a lock of your hair? I haven't fucking.
Bitch, I don't know.
This
How did
is-
the pigeons find their way?
this is
They're
scary.
magic pigeons.
I don't care what. You don't have magic pigeons. You have ether. You have ether.
Don't underestimate the power of my fucking pigeons. They're good pigeons.
They're good pigeons. I feed them every day.
Yes, they love me.
Oh.
Shout out to pigeons. If there's any pigeons watching our podcast, please comment below. See, I actually just incited the wrath of the government because pigeons don't exist.
Birds aren't real.
Yeah, birds aren't real.
What? Did you yoink the butter from Pizza King?
Did I like the what?
The butter?
The butter?
Garlic butter?
No.
Okay. I can't find it.
Jeez. Shoutouts to Adam.
Edit that out.
I should edit that out. Cut that out. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing. This is the most freaking intensive episode yet, ladies and gentlemen.
Remember, kids,
2 edits.
birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real.
We need to wait.
Shoutouts to the shoutouts to the best Facebook page, by the way, where it's just a big meme on conspiracy theories.
About how birds aren't real.
Yeah, birds aren't real. They're fake.
Did you know there's a website?
Of course, there's a website. Why would
It's
they
called,
not?
like,
Yeah,
have a
there's a-
website?
It's called like birdsaren'treal.net or something like that.
We're gonna have to tag them in this video. I can't believe I'm so happy that I get to tag them now.
Yeah. Hashtag birds aren't real. Someone's gonna be watching this and be like, what the fuck is going on?
We love your merchandise. It's great. Honestly, that's probably one of the only merchandise I would ever purchase for conspiracy theories. because it's so
Birds-aren't-real.com.
Wake up, America.
It's a movement. I'm at their website right now.
It's a good website. I can't tell if it's a really long troll or if it's just like surreal.
I
like,
don't know.
scamming.
It probably
I really
started.
don't know.
It's either started out as a joke and it tumbled into people actually believing it, or people actually believing it, but just the trolls picked up on it and boosted it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a cult either way.
It probably
Sometimes.
is.
This is for you.
Thank you for the Brad Mid podcast. Edit that out. Third edit. Okay, so who's the next question?
Well, I guess we'll bounce back between Shulk and I for a little bit.
Yeah,
How about that?
I was gonna say. I guess it's
tell me
now.
when you're on your last questions, and I'll butt in for the finale.
Alright.
Okay. All right. So my next question is, what's y'all's favorite video game genre?
Oh man, we already did this
We
one.
did already do this one. Yeah.
All right. No, I'll do my
Cool.
other one then.
Okay.
What's your favorite fucking music movement throughout the
music
year?
movement?
Yeah, you know, like how every now there's like jazz,
Oh,
rock,
yeah.
like coming up with electro, techno, stuff like that, dubstep.
Man.
Progressive
This is
rock!
Shut up. I should. Oh, it's
I
fine.
clipped
love
my audio
progressive
so
rock,
bad
too.
there.
No, it's
GG.
fine. I'll put a limiter on there. We'll put a limiter on there. It'll be funny. I have a few.
Okay.
I really like the funk movement. I like the disco movement. The disco movement was really great.
Feels good shit.
And then that in turn went into the French house movement, which was also good. The acid jazz stuff is also really great. I think that's all I can think of. I don't know if there's a surf rock movement.
What about
or anything going
what was
on.
it called? City pop or something like that?
Oh yeah, future funk. We're completely
Oh, future funk is good.
piling on vaporwave and synthwave. Oh, those are great.
I mean, that's
Those
your
are all
entire
great.
existence. It's just like synthwave. You run
Right,
off
or-
of synthwave.
Or in existence.
Yeah, that too.
Existentialist.
Yeah, that too.
Like synthwave and vaporwave.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are mine. What about yours, Shulk?
Really like 90s like classic rock and roll, and like early 2000 like 10s like EDM music and shit like that. Like when Proximity was like becoming a big thing and blowing up and everything. So
Oh yeah, Monster Cat.
so yeah, so many like the early Proximity and Monster Cat stuff. Like it gives me hella nostalgia. It makes me happy as fuck. Like I just love that type of music. It's always like it's always like so upbeat and everything, and like with good like happy lyrics and vocals and everything. Makes me happy. I enjoy it.
Shoutouts to Dark Demonic Disco for combining synthwave and
Did you shout out
deep
your
house.
own playlist that nobody knows exists?
I have it.
All right, well,
It's
I'm glad two
it's
people.
sponsored on the channel.
I'm
I
glad
have
3
it.
people got that shout out.
It's a good playlist.
I like all kinds
Shout
of
outs
music,
to-
but those are like my favorite.
So I'm
Me the most.
incidentally, I'm a '70s guy, Williams an '80s guy, and Shulk is a '90s 2000s guy. Who would have thought? We're like the trilogy.
It's all in order.
It's all coming together.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
all coming together.
It's all coming
Okay,
together.
who's next? Who's next?
I could go next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're talking about music. Would you guys just like to talk about an underrated music artist, one that most people wouldn't know about, but that you like a lot?
No.
No, no.
Fucking liar.
Wow, true. I want to talk about how everyone keeps using the Breakbot song, but never actually listen to Breakbot.
Breakbot
I
song?
don't even know what that is. I probably know what it is, but I don't know what it is.
You know the ladies and gentlemen we got them meme?
Oh, the...
Is that from Breakbot, really?
Yeah, that's Breakbot. I when I found out, it's like, oh yeah, they're playing Break. Why are they playing Breakbot?
Well, that's kind of like,
on the.
you remember the JoJo meme? Like, technically, people are using Fragile. They're using Roundabout, but nobody knows that. They're just like, oh, it's the JoJo meme. So, like, basically, the whole
I knew
music
Roundabout
thing
was a thing beforehand. I like
yeah, but
Roundabout.
a lot of
Roundabout's
people
also
don't,
a good song,
So it is a good song.
aside from the JoJo.
But I mean, a lot of people to this day, you know, they don't realize that, oh, it's a cool song. They're just like, oh, it's an anime thing, haha.
It's the
Weeaboo.
JoJo song.
So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
JoJo is a show for the ho-hos.
Wow. I watched JoJo.
Wow.
I like JoJo. Fuck you.
I like JoJo.
But the
too.
JoJo master said nothing. He just kept on JoJoing.
He just kept on joing. So Breakbot, probably for one, unfortunately he makes content I'm not really comfortable with. Like he makes a bunch of sensual funk. So you know,
Like Prince-esque?
no, yeah, Prince-esque.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I like some of it, but not all of it. I do like the Chocolate Jesus album, which people like to call it.
What?
Which it's the album cover is like a chocolate version of the artist Breakbot himself, and it's really cool looking. And it's got a pretty good, like a few good songs on there. It's even got a bonus track called Peanuts. So like peanut chocolate.
Nice.
I like that. So Breakbot, I'll say Breakbot. I can't really think of anything else right off the top of my head right now.
Well, Shulk, what do you got?
Shout out to my boy 6ix9ine. No,
No.
probably like I said, we are talking about earlier about fucking Sky Does Minecraft, fucking Adam. His music's fucking, like I said, his music's good. Shout out to Net Nobody and his decent fucking music. That's really it. I don't really listen to many too like underground like artists and shit like people wouldn't know about. I mostly listen just to the mainstream, whatever comes up on my radio.
That's fair.
Or our radio too, honestly.
Yep.
Philip.
Well, since I'm a classic rock buff and a progressive rock buff, most of the artists I listen to are fairly known. Like, if I was like, oh yeah, Fleetwood Mac, bet nobody's never heard of them. No,
But Philip, you could easily be like, well, because it's classic rock, you could say people just listen to the top hits and that's it.
People don't
you
know
could
the
be
specifics.
Like, what about Crazy from Supertramp?
or
the Alan Parsons Project, honestly.
the Alan Parsons Project is a great example. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, another great example. King Crimson, another great example. But
my favorite JoJo stan, King Crimson.
to say something more topical, the Proto Men are probably the most obscure.
I forgot about the fucking Proto Men. I would have said
the
that
most
too.
obscure, like most recent artist I've ever listened to. And Act 2, The Father of Death, which is their second album, is not only one of my favorite albums of all time, but it's actually, I think it's the first or second album I ever purchased in my entire life. So kind of holds something special to me. So I would definitely recommend people check out the Proto Men and also basically any artist before 1980.
The Proto Men make some good shit. The Megas make good stuff too.
The Megas do make good stuff. I haven't really gotten into them too much though, but from what I've heard, they're pretty cool as well. Damn, I love Mega Man. All right, let's go to another question. I want to actually
That's
ask
your
another question real
'cause
quick.
I just asked my question, so that's yours.
Yeah. So
Go ahead, man.
actually, that was my question. It was about artists.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh shit.
So do you want to ask a question in turn?
I mean, no, if you want to ask yours, you can do it, and then I'll shoot for another one.
Okay, mine's a quick one. It's about Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I bought Animal Crossing New Horizons, fully expecting to play it, and then for whatever reason, I was having trouble sleeping one night because I was thinking about personal stuff, and so I thought I'm going to play Ace Attorney just to
I was
kind
thinking
of
about unfinished
over
court
it.
cases.
You could say that. So, I mean, I've already beat the Ace Attorney trilogy that's on the Switch, but I wanted to revisit it. And as I was playing it, I realized, I really like the series. And so I just wanted to splurge and say that. And I just wanted to ask you guys what your opinion was on Ace Attorney. If you like it, if you've ever played it, or if you think Phoenix Wright is just some guy. If you think he's Sonic the Hedgehog, he's just a blue guy with spiky hair that goes fast.
I have a lot of fond memories with Phoenix Wright and some of the games. There are scenes that genuinely make me like tear up and sad, like specifically the end of Game 3 with God. That's one of my favorite scenes, like ever. There's like a bunch of Game 1 is really good, and so is Game 2. The trilogy is probably very phenomenal. They have a bunch of good writing and good music. The music really backs up the entire game for me, honestly, for both the first and second games.
It's like some of the best DS music I've ever heard. I just love it.
I really like the cases in those, except for maybe like the end of 2, but it's good. And then, there's Apollo Justice was pretty fun too. Investigations did not enjoy too much, but it was fun too.
It's more fun to play. I would recommend picking it up.
Yeah. That's my Phoenix Wright retrospective. But I will say, you saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna play some Ace Attorney in the middle of the night." It does remind me of how lately I've been kind of just using video games to kind of calm myself down. Because when I got out of the hospital first initially, I said I'm gonna play SMT4 and throw myself in an entirely different world from right now, and I just used escapism to full effect to really like calm myself down.
Yeah.
It was really interesting because I would go back and forth between like learning about ideology and then dealing with my new system. So it's kind of a weird rebirth. Shulk, what do you think of Ace Attorney?
All of my knowledge based on Ace Attorney is based purely off of the memes. Just all the memes from Lothairo and my friends making jokes about it because my friend also played Ace Attorney and was very much into Ace Attorney because of Lothairo. I've personally never played any of the games really except for the first one, kind of, because I played it after. You remember the Ace Attorney anime came out however many years ago?
Oh yeah.
I watched that with my friend, and we watched that, and then I was like, I'm gonna try and play Ace Attorney because I had a hacked DS at the time, so I used my hacked DS to hack the game and play this, so that I pirated the first Ace Attorney game and played it for a little bit. I had a decent time with it. Like I said, mostly all I know about is all the memes. I'm fully aware of all the memes. That's it.
Well,
they're good games.
I know they're good games. I would definitely say they're good games. I have nothing against them. I know they're good games. It's not my style of games, but yeah.
The best visual novels that will probably ever be made in our lifetime.
My favorite court visual novels.
They are,
yes,
but they work so well. There's like story and there's character development. It's like, how the fuck does this happen?
How do I get the route where I smash Von Karma?
Well, there.
What?
Well,
Which Von Karma are we talking about?
The old man Von Karma, obviously. Check, we're on
the one
to you.
was. I want to do things with the bullet hole that's in his shoulder.
Oof.
Spoilers.
Oof. Spoilers. Watch out. So that's our experience with Phoenix Wright. What do your guys' questions count right now?
I have 2.
Me?
I'm sorry, I have 1 actually.
I have 2.
All right, Shulk, you fire away.
What? You guys probably already asked this one, but have you guys asked what is y'all's favorite movie?
No, I don't think we have.
No,
we haven't done movies. We have a few favorite movies actually.
Yeah.
We could just vent about it.
We could do that forever, probably.
Favorite movie of all time is kind of hard, but I've always liked Tron. The original Tron is probably my favorite movie. The reason I watched Tron Legacy and like it, and the reason why people, they're like, it's cool, or Williams like, I just really like it because it looks neon and 80s, and like Knight Rider or whatever.
And Daft Punk.
and Daft Punk, yeah, Williams is a Daft Punk fan. And then other people are like, the plot to this movie sucks and it's weird. And I'm over here just like, man, the original Tron's my favorite movie. I just like this because it means Tron lives, kind of. That's how I feel, I guess. There's some anime movies that I really like, and some fighting movies that I really like. But I actually really haven't seen that many movies compared to most people. So I figured I should let you guys talk more about them.
Sam had.
I share most of my movies with Philip, so when I mention these KO words, Philip's going to be like, "Oh yes."
Oh, yeah.
So Shulk, you go first before I start firing.
I go first.
You go.
I'm
you
firing
go
out of the cannon. Okay, so probably my favorite movie of all time, from all the movies I watched. I haven't watched a lot of movies, but like I try my best to watch as many movies that come out and everything. My favorite movie is Baby Driver.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
yeah,
William owns that. And we were supposed to watch it.
You never watched?
Yeah, that's a good film.
You need to make him watch Baby Driver.
I haven't watched it. I want to watch it.
That movie is.
Phil, we can
sick.
still have film nights on Discord too.
Yeah, dude.
If we want.
I also own Baby Driver.
Well, we'll just have to do like a quarantine film watch.
I love that movie so much because just it's so good, everything about it. Because it incorporates music, which is like my favorite thing ever. Because I love music and I live by music. I love the way that Edgar Wright just brings music into it. I love the story. I love everything about Baby Driver. Baby Driver is hands down my favorite movie. I also really like Alien.
Not Aliens.
No, Alien. Aliens is I like all the Alien movies, but like Alien was another movie that really stood out to me, and I was like, I really like this movie. This was a good ass movie. I enjoyed this movie. Aliens. There was the one that I watched recently, which was Upgrade, which is another really good movie. It was made by the guy who made Get Out.
He had to upgrade his gray matter.
Yeah, he did. So, I mean, that is what happened. And then there was also what was that one movie that came out that I watched that made me die.
Upgrade your gray matter. Because one day it may matter.
It may matter. May matter. May matter. May matter.
Oh, Shulk could just do that. He has the echo.
He could just.
I can't do that fucking robot voice though.
You inhale.
You just inhale. You just go, and then you talk.
Yes. It's easy. It's really addicting.
It was Arrival. That's what it was called.
Arrival?
Yeah. It came
An
out.
alien movie?
Yes, it's about where like the aliens come to Earth, but like they don't it's not like an invasion or anything. Like they have like these like spears. They're not like spears. They're more like egg shaped, kind of like spaceships that they land in across like major points around the world. And it's all about like people trying to communicate with the aliens because like there's like it's literally like an interrogation room. Like there's a glass wall between the aliens and the people, and most of the movie centers around like the main character or like lady trying to understand like how to be able to communicate properly with the aliens, like learning their language and shit. It was a really good movie and it had a really nice twist at the end that made me sad.
You guys ready?
Oh.
All right. What are your favorites, William?
Okay, so every movie, every medium is different from the last. So pinpointing an exact favorite would be so hard. Even I wouldn't even be able to narrow it down to like 3 favorite media in
Just
general.
fucking tell us some of your favorite movies
Start
are.
going.
So with that said, I like to point out Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is where probably
yes.
a lot of people started.
Good movie.
That one's a really good movie.
Good movie.
So are the books.
One of my favorite cinematic scenes
so
ever. Is Scott here? You know what? He just left.
What about bread makes you fat?
That's that too, but like that part always makes me laugh. Like seeing that clip.
What
always
about like Wallace in general in that film? Wallace literally carries of that film.
What about the Scott learned the power of love, and then later Scott learned the power of like, what was it, self-respect? And then he fucking wins. Like,
yeah,
oh
dude,
my
he
god,
gets
that's such a
balls.
good scene.
He got balls.
Oh,
from
it's my
the power of
favorite.
self-respect.
Every time someone's like, "Oh, I need to be in a relationship," like, "Bitch, you don't.
No, you don't.
Be alone." Like, bitch, you don't. Be alone. Be a pillar.
Learn from our boy
then,
Scott.
And then go be a pillar with someone else's pillar, and you become the Twin Towers.
You become the Pillar Man.
Anyway,
That's a bad analogy.
yeah, that's a bad analogy. Anyway, so, and then also the scene where Steven Still's like, "We're not gonna get paid for this, are we?" And he just starts cutting it for all the change in the court, like in the gutter that's falling. Oh, Good film. That film. And then I moved on to Redline, the
hell
animated
yeah.
movie that took 7 years to make, and it's like F-Zero with Hot Wheels, with guns, and the Fast and the Furious. It's great.
It's
good
fucking
film.
sick. Redline's sick. Sick ass soundtrack.
You know a film is good when Link finds Zelda and she's like, look, I've got this script for a movie. I'm going to start working on it. Then he grabs a Master Sword, gets trapped in the Temple of Time for 7 years, and then comes out and she's like, I just made this bitch-ass movie and I just finished it. Check it out. He's like, what?
Well, I really like the Sonic OVA movie, actually. I like that a lot.
I think
like
it's
that
a little
film,
goofy, but
too.
like I feel like anybody that has even a passing interest in Sonic, especially classic Sonic, like they have to watch it. That's essential.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's got a bunch of really cool visuals. Metal Sonic is there. It's got a nice soundtrack. It's the Eggman, and the cheesy voice acting is really fun. Metal Sonic's there. Knuckles has this cute little hat that he wears.
Oh, yeah, the hat.
Metal Sonic's there.
Also, it's surprisingly emotional. Like, what the fuck?
The famous hat.
Yeah. Knuckles is famous. Ah, my hat's on fire! Metal Sonic's there. Anyway, so the Sonic OVA is really fun. I like that film. I remember watching that film a lot when I was in art class and I needed something to pass the time
What does
in the background while I
OVA
was
stand
working.
for?
I don't know. I don't care.
It was something. I remember. It's a weird anime fucking thing. There's a lot of OVAs and shows. It usually comes out after other shows.
Okay.
So that's a film. I want to also talk about The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. That one was a good film.
What about the Clannad film?
There is no Clannad film. if I remember
Original
correctly.
animation video.
You know.
Original video animation.
There's also the Speed Racer film by the Matrix brothers was amazing. I love that film. It's so great.
The Matrix brothers.
It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's so fun, and I mean, when it does take itself a little bit seriously,
It does.
It's at the right moments. Yeah, there's like when it talks about Racer X.
Yeah.
It's like the beginning of the film, and also near the end of the film where Racer X I can't be with
I can't
my
do this
family.
anymore. Yeah, that reminds
I can't
me.
be. I love them.
Y'all ever hear of
go ahead.
Tailenders?
No?
Oh no.
That is a very, very good animated movie that like some kid did a project. I need to find it so we can watch that shit.
Wait, is that the one where they're on like a steampunk planet and they're racing?
Yes, they're racing to get to the center of the earth, basically.
Yeah, and then at the finale of the film, they reach like elder gods. Oh, that was a good one too. That was on YouTube for a while, and I watched that before it was torn down.
Yeah, it's off YouTube. It was on YouTube. That Tailenders was also a good
basically
movie.
It's
like Redline but condensed.
too.
Yes.
I've never seen that before. That sounds cool.
I gotta show you. I mean, the best part of that film is at the end where it has that visual.
Because it goes fucking nuts at the end.
Oh, it goes really nuts at the end. Yeah, Fully Cooley is technically a film. It's 3 hours.
Yeah. You're right.
Wolf Children, I think I maybe mentioned. I don't know if I did. That one's a good film. Most of the Ghibli films are also really good. Like Howl's Moving Castle is amazing. It's like subtle romantic. It's like the theme is romantic, but no one explicitly says "I love you" over and over and over again.
That's my favorite Ghibli movie of the ones I've seen.
If there's like a musical analogy, it would be like Louis Schultz "Don't Fear the Reaper." Where it's like, it's technically a love song, but, there's also death and darkness and a really good guitar solo.
And cowbell.
And cowbell.
That's right. The Simone from The Lion King is in that film, and he is fire, and he's one of my favorites. He's like, Calcifer, I'm Calcifer, and I'm dying. Hal, what's the rating? Please put the rating out. Hal, please, Hal.
I love fucking Calcifer.
Princess Mononoke, which is The Legend of Zelda, but in a movie. It's really cool. It's about nature versus man and how neither is really right. It's a really good movie.
What about Perfect Blue and Paprika?
Oh, Perfect Blue and Paprika. But where was the rest of it? Paprika is a nice film, like a nice mindfuck film about people that have their brains uploaded into the internet,
and then
or at least they can.
Perfect Blue is the bad mindfuck film. They're like opposites.
Yeah, and then Perfect Blue is about a girl that's going insane because she doesn't want to be an idol anymore. She wants to be an actress. So a lot of things in her life just kind of go terribly amiss. It's like a horror film, but it's a really good one. I love it so much. I recently watched the Kill Bill films. Those were fun. They had just a bunch of iconic scenes to them that you can't really forget. it's just a bunch of really good visual work that I like about that film.
I've heard
It's
about
not
those.
necessarily.
I've heard about Kill Bill.
It's really.
Haven't
it's pretty,
seen 'em
It's
yet.
pretty good. It's pretty good. You go watch it for the. You will go watch it for the very cool scenes. Like they're so iconic and shit. Like the. That's from Kill Bill.
I didn't know that.
didn't know that. I didn't know that for so long. Like a lot of things that you don't realize that people reuse as like jokes, you don't realize that they're from Kill Bill.
That's cool.
It's really, really cool. Yeah.
I'm adding that to my list of movies. I have a notes full of movies I need to watch.
I'm gonna no, trust me. I'm gonna list a whole bunch of them right
Kill
now. I'm
Bill
still
DVD
going.
added to the court record.
Tron
Oh.
Legacy is a Daft Punk music video, but so is Interstellar
I
5555.
saw
So
that.
watch those if you like Daft Punk.
Interstellar
They're
is
really
on
nice.
my list.
Yeah, Interstellar is actually a different film from Interstellar
Okay.
555.
I don't have that one.
Interstellar
Yeah,
is
yeah.
pretty good. Interstellar is also pretty good. By the way, I saw Tron Legacy in theaters. I just want to make a quick note of that.
Yeah, every person probably in the world has watched Inception, but you're only really watching it for
I
Hans Zimmer
haven't
anyway.
watched Inception.
I have not watched it either.
Go watch it because Hans Zimmer.
I haven't watched
That's
a lot of like
basically
the
it.
classic movies that people consider to be like, like they're like the classics. Like you have to see these to understand other movies.
I mean, like honestly, like you don't really need to.
I don't know, but
if you don't
basis
really
of
have
like
the
pop
perspective.
culture shit. Like I've never seen like The Matrix. I hadn't seen The Terminator until very, very recently. Like there's a bunch of like stuff that are just so ingrained into pop culture that like I never got to never really watch as a kid.
I mean, pop culture is like for the most part pretty bullshit. If
I mean,
like it's honestly
yeah.
what only matters is what you want.
Yeah, but like
so-
there's some things that are just like too like around forever. Like I said, like The Matrix. Like The Matrix is one of those things that like everybody knows about.
Because you can't. I mean, like, cause in your aesthetics, you can't just have both The Shining and Godzilla. You have to, and then like maybe a fourth thing like Iron Man. You have to have like a way to work all this within it. If you try to absorb all of pop culture, you just become a degenerate. You become GameStop.
To
like, in
become
2010s era.
GameStop. Don't text out you're calling out fucking GameStop.
You become 2010s era GameStop.
That's whack.
It is whack.
So
Also,
as an
speaking
analogy,
of Godzilla, Shin Godzilla was also a very good movie.
Oh yeah, I saw Shin Godzilla. That was pretty okay.
It was pretty okay.
Compared to like,
I love that
it was
movie.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Don't
I
you
mean, it's mostly
disrespect
just
my
about-
boy.
It's mostly just about like the politics of Japan and how bullshit.
That's like what the first
everything is.
Godzilla movie was about. It was about stupid fucking political shit. It was back to Godzilla's roots of just being about like actual like bullshit that happened in real life and not giant monsters fighting each other. That's part of the
That's
reason
what
why I
you wanna
liked it so
say.
much.
what I really want to ask is, does Godzilla have shins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
You see
is that
them.
why he's
You
called
see
Shin
them.
Godzilla?
Yes.
He's got thick Bowser's thighs.
yeah,
Yes.
dude.
I regret asking.
See, he's like a T-Rex, but like more like balanced.
Oh, he's like a T-Rex, but he shoots fucking lasers.
Yeah, balanced.
Very balanced.
Okay.
Shout out to the Project M mod where you could play as Godzilla, and his final smash is he just shoots like a laser beam and then lifts the laser beam to the sky, and then your character gets dragged up there and it explodes.
Good. Balanced.
I've never felt something so cathartic as seeing that in my life.
So, are there no
we-
other
we were
films you'd like to talk about, William, that are as cathartic?
I'm flatlining a little bit, and it makes
Flatlining
me
a
sad,
little
but I know there's good films out there.
I never saw The
There are so-
Godfather.
Oh, Jinro. Jinro is so
Jinro was a
good.
good movie.
Jinro is so good. It's about the hell gas from Dead Zone or whatever the fuck they are.
The Dead Zone.
Yeah, from you remember the hell gas?
I was
The
talking
fucking
about the
nightmare-
Dragon Ball fucking movie, Dead Zone,
Oh, Dead Zone. Oh no.
with fucking Garlic Jr. His buffness.
Okay, there's a lot of movies, but I'll end it with someone uploaded the first Hot Wheels film, but with the Initial D music, and you should go watch
I did
that.
watch that. I watched the whole
It's a
thing.
good-
It makes that movie immensely better.
Yes, it makes it 100%
makes it so much
better.
better.
And I watched that when I was a kid.
Yeah, I did too. I did too.
I will
That
say,
eventually-
I actually collected all 35 Hot Wheels cars.
Holy
And
shit.
if you did that, and you could, there was an online thing where I can't remember if it was a mail order or whatever, but you could basically like take all the IDs from the Hot Wheels cars you had that were in the package when you opened the car, and you could send it off and basically prove like, hey, I have all the Hot Wheels cars. And what they did was they sent me a racetrack set in a big box. Like they just
Really?
shipped it to me. Yep, and it was
That's lit.
yeah. You only got it if you had all 35 cars, and it was like it was like a consolidation of the whole movie. Like, it was a racetrack that went around every area in the movie. Like, it went through a volcano, went up in this thing.
That's fucking
it
sick.
was so fucking cool. I also watched the movie and it was okay as a kid. I mean, I liked it, but then you grow up and you're like, it's Hot Wheels.
Oh, yeah, it's a Hot Wheels movie for kids.
The initial D like version of that made me want to get my racetrack out and just fucking ball it. Like, oh my god, it's so good.
That film is so good. It made me watch the Accelerators movies.
They're on my list. I want to. That movie also made me want to watch the rest of the movies.
I also have those on DVD, by the way.
Oh shit,
they're okay. I mean, they're just kind of like still toy placements, but unfortunately, the next part of Accelerators never came out, so it's just kind of not really worth it.
Nope.
I will say, when I was a kid, I had the universe dimensional hopper or whatever the hell is from Accelerators as a track set, and that was rad.
The wheel
of power.
Yeah, I had the wheel of power as a track set.
That's awesome.
You would launch cars into the wheel of power, and it would blow up into 2 plastic pieces, but it blew up. Okay, that's the movie section. What was the next question?
So how many questions does everybody have, real quick? Let's do a little tally.
I still have my one.
I have one. Mine's not really a question. It's a topic, but I mean...
We all have one, so how should we do this?
I want to do mine as a finale.
Battle
I
to
think
the
I
death.
said that earlier.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I could do mine first.
Yeah, you do yours, I guess, because
Okay.
I just did one.
All right, mine is also kind of a topic, and it's not even necessarily one we're going to talk about for a long time. I just think it's interesting. I wanted to bring it up because I thought it was weird. So, I don't know. You probably guys don't know who Benjamin Pracy is. He's this kind of obscure YouTuber. Basically, he started off doing Minecraft machinimas, and eventually he branched out to do other things. He had this Facts About Minecraft series that he did, where he would take something about Minecraft, like mushroom biomes or fucking pistons or something like, or redstone or whatever, and he would talk about it extensively over the course of just a few minutes. But he would basically explain it with a really good, very clear British deep voice, and he would, just give facts about it that were unique and or helpful to players, whether they knew simple or complicated things about it. It was pretty cool. I eventually had this Let's Play where he played with a person who had never played Minecraft before. Like, it was her first playthrough in the game. It was completely blind, and so he basically took her to the end. Like, he played the entire game with her. So basically, he did some interesting things, and I got lost in the YouTube time stream for like 5 years, and I forgot about him, and I remembered him the other day, so I was like, I'm going to search him up and, watch his old videos, catch up with him, That's always fun to do when you, like, remember that somebody has a extensive YouTube channel, and you're like, I'm going to, binge watch their videos. And I noticed that most of his videos were gone, and his channel was actually changed, so it was like a company now. I can't even remember what it's called. It's called, like, Pracy Incorporated, I think. And basically, he's starting a business because he made a game. He went on hiatus and unlisted almost his entire channel, and now he's using his channel to show off his video game that he made. Basically, he went from being a YouTuber, hiding out for a few years, and now he's an indie developer because he learned to program and design. That's pretty cool, right? Here's the problem. His entire channel is basically gone. I was sad, so I did a little research to figure out why that was. And he had a Reddit AMA at some point, so I read that, and it turns out in his words, he purged his history by unlisting pretty much every video on his channel because he noticed that people, when they're moving forward and they have a digital footprint, especially on the internet, they often, for whatever reason, like when they get big or successful or whatever, people will use their past stuff against them. Tweets, things they said in videos, things they said on podcasts, all this kind of stuff. Use it out of context against them to paint them in a certain light, like classic modern journalism on the internet. So basically he erased his history so that would not happen. And he's like, it's a clean slate now. And he said, maybe I'll bring my videos back someday or something. But for now, it doesn't seem possible for what I want to do. I kind of respected it. And I thought it was interesting because people don't really do that. But I also thought it was scary because now I can't watch any of his videos ever again, probably. I guess I wanted to bring this up because I don't know. I wanted to discuss it. Like, what do you guys think of this whole idea? Should more people be doing it? And do you think it's kind of weird too? Would you expect somebody, a YouTuber you know, to do it or whatever? I don't know.
Yes, I fully expect it because everybody because cancel culture has died down a lot, but it still was a very big fucking thing that people love to do. Like poor fucking Vic, like what happened to Vic, and literally Funimation deleted Vic from all of fucking existence because everybody was calling out fucking Mick. Yeah, and Pro Jared. Same thing with him, except he's trying. Pro Jared's trying to come back, but there's a lot of people who pull stuff to try and cancel other people. Like I saw, like with like Lil Nas's, like I think I've seen where like he's blown up, and there were some people who were digging up like old tweets and like jokes he made about like he made like an incest like wincest joke and then like some other joke about something else too, and they were like, you see, Lil Nas is kind of like, I don't really like him because he made these comments like 5 years ago when he wasn't even remotely thinking he was gonna be a big, like hip hop star or anything. Now trying to start something up against him to try and cancel him. Like that's just how people on the internet are. Like they love, like, especially now where they don't have anything really to do, and people just love digging up stuff on other people on the internet to just try and destroy them because it makes them feel like they have power and control. So I can see why he'd want to delete. I see why he wanted to delete all this stuff because you never know. You never know with people on the internet.
I feel like though it always comes back though because
you can't delete the internet.
Everything's unveiled and it's kind of hard. You have to, for the most part, try to live with the fact that most things will be out of your control. And it really sucks, but you could still try.
Yeah, I remember I had to do that. There was some account on Twitter, like a few years back, that was going through everybody's, like, they were just linking across people, going through people's accounts and finding tweets where they threaten people, or like even like jokingly like threaten people, like, oh, like playing off your hand, like, man, I'm gonna kill you for doing this or whatever, stuff like that. And they were getting them banned for that, and they were on a roll of banning and locking so many people's accounts that everybody was so mad at them. So I remember I had to go through, find all my tweets where I'd like, I was jokingly talking to my friends. It was like talking to like Meeps or like my other buddy, be like, oh bro, I'll fucking kill you because of whatever, and delete them because I was worried that they were gonna find them and lock my account. Like that was a big thing a lot of people were doing because of this Twitter account. I don't remember what the fuck it was, and like it's died down now, but like, yeah, it's whack.
True that. I just feel like it's such a new thing, It's such a thing of the internet, and it's very scary that we're in such a information claustrophobia where, a lot of social media is cool and you can put yourself out there, but the more you post on it, the more vulnerable you are, in a sense.
The more they learn, the more they know. Remember, kids, the government's always listening to you.
Do you think the government created social media sites so that gathering information on people was easier?
No, I don't.
I've heard a conspiracy theory along those lines, and to be honest, it's kind of half-assed.
I don't feel like they did it, but I feel like they were like, when social media became a thing, they were like, oh,
yeah, they probably were like, this is something we can totally take advantage of. We'll milk it.
Great.
Yeah. So
the only other people that could do that was like big companies.
Yeah. Well, that's
Facebook.
That's what they want.
Facebook and Google sell data.
So. Yeah. That's kind of a commonplace thing now, to be honest. It's kind of weird.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
That's why you download Tor and you run everything off of an Onion browser.
That's why this video is sponsored by NordVPN.
That's right. Every hour we drop in a NordVPN ad.
Just run your whole internet through Tor. Just use everything through Tor.
I use NordVPN to download Raid Shadow Legends.
That's right. I'm getting $8,000 from the sponsor, bitch. All right, Shulk. What's the finale?
The finale?
Well, that would be you.
That's you. You're the finale.
Yeah, but what's yours?
My last thing was just like, what's y'all's opinion about the definitive edition of Xenoblade Chronicles?
Damn it!
I don't know if was that your last question.
Damn
is that yours too?
That was mine.
See, I did see into the future and I stole it from you.
Oh, that's so good. Well, I guess two people can't have the Monado, eh? Only one can wield it.
Yeah, it's mine, bitch.
I'm Kirby, you fuck. I could just inhale you.
Don't do that. That's weird.
I do that to everything. Do you want to know where they go?
No.
They go to heck
Why?
because they die.
Also, you don't have the power. I have the power.
Okay.
I like how Discord clipped it.
Of course it did.
And that'll come out on his recording though, which is the best part.
The whole thing will be there.
Yeah.
I have the power. I can't wait to finish episode 4 of Goons because there's a funny bit there.
So much.
Oh yeah, we're still making Goons episodes.
Yes.
Although this 4th one has been very chaotic
Oh yeah.
and hell.
You'll never see me ever again.
I think you're in a few
No,
episodes.
I'm not in any of the other episodes. I didn't sign up for any of the other episodes because they're all
Oh
full.
no!
So I'm gonna disappear
Oh,
off the
no.
fucking map unless somebody dies and I have to sub out.
Yeah, I was gonna
Sub
say
in.
you can always sub out. You can be a spare.
It could be a spare.
We
man.
need to have
That'd be
another
cool.
thing where it's me and Meeps together again though, because like I said,
Yeah, I know. That makes me sad.
me
Those are
and
only the
Meeps
first
work
2
together
episodes.
very well because I've known him my entire
Yeah.
fucking.
We'll see.
There's always more
Well,
content.
I don't know. Okay, so for back to Xenoblade,
Yes.
I don't know specifically about the extras campaign where you go on the arm.
The epilogue.
I kind of, the epilogue.
That's what it is. Why?
I don't know what's going
Well, you
on.
don't know what's going on with the arm?
Extra
I
story?
don't know if.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
extra
I don't know
story.
if that's it.
That's cool.
Where's that placed in the game?
It's
Is
at
it
the end. I
after
think
the-
it's at the end of the game after you beat the final boss and everything, because Shulk doesn't have the normal Monado anymore. He has like the handcrafted one where he was like,
Oh yeah, like near the
and Melia
end,
was
yeah.
like, "You really like that, don't you?" And he was like, "I guess so, and that's why I made another one." Like, I think it's supposed to be more
That's
stuff
just probably
afterwards.
the 5th one now.
Yeah, well, because there's all the replica ones and shit too,
Yeah.
as well. And he made his own real replica Monado. I'm excited about that. I think it's super dope that they're fully fleshing out the arm or the shoulder and making it into an actual place.
It's really cool because it was just a beta map.
Yeah.
I wonder if you get all your party members though. I want to know what's going on
Maybe,
there.
or it might just be Shulk and Melia, which would be weird.
That'd be really
That's
weird.
also an
because,
unbalanced ass party.
It's a date.
Yeah, because it's
just one long date.
Because,
That's the whole
because
mission.
Shulk is with Fiora now.
He's with. Does a spoiler.
It's a little bit of a.
It's a big
It's a
spoiler.
little bit of spoil. It's a little bit of.
That's the
yeah,
whole
it's a big
the whole
spoiler.
story.
Smash Brothers.
The whole reason he goes
spoils
out
it.
is I know Smash spoils it, but the whole reason he goes out to do anything is because of Fiora.
That's a good point.
Smash spoils it terribly now because Fiora's in his final Smash.
Yes. Oh yeah. I forgot they put her in there.
It's like, and they do it in like the trophies.
Wait.
of 4.
Sheik is Zelda?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Who would have guessed?
There's a scene where Fiora makes out with Shulk and it's so cool.
They just get in there.
You mean hot?
That's really, I don't
Old
know.
tongue on tongue action.
Nice.
It just makes me happy. Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, yes, please.
They are an item.
They're an item. They're a good couple. My favorite. That just reminds me of the cutscene where they're at the one part where they're going into like the Mechanos or whatever, and Fiora's like, "Come on, Shulk," and then they hold hands and they run past Melia, and then Melia just looks at them like, "Oh no,
Oh no."
Shulk, fuck." That's right, Bird Lady. You don't get the fucking Monado.
You don't get the Monado doll. Nope.
Right. Wish I could have unheard that.
I like Melia. I wish she gets the best for her.
I saw a tweet on Twitter where it was like, everybody who has Melia pictures are the basic bitches.
Oh.
I'm not. What the fuck? Why am I? Why is he saying like?
Melia's my favorite girl from Xenoblade. I guess I'm a basic bitch.
Basic motherfucker.
I think the basicest of basics would be like
Carla.
Charla.
That's what
I'm
I
a
was
healer, but my favorite thing about Xenoblade being a thing again is that I've gone back to being Shulk on Twitter. I've changed my picture back to being Shulk instead of
it's great.
It was Simone before.
Also, like, I think I've warmed up to the art style, but now that the fact that it's like reimagined music, I don't know because that makes me happy but scared at the same time. If they screw it up,
I don't think they're gonna screw it up. I fully believe they'll do a good job recording it.
Yeah,
and making all the new music.
It makes me really excited. I'm like really
maximum stoked. I feel like they also might have a thing where you could switch back to the old music too. I would hope they would have something like that. And there's also the layered armor.
Yeah, the layered armor, so you could do the SMT thing where since armor wouldn't matter, you could just dress yourself up in whatever you want.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love that in SMT4. That was good. Oh Oh man, I'm just excited. And then me and Philip get to play Xenoblade again.
Yay!
I made it about halfway through, and then we kind of got confused on where my data was saved, like which SD card on which Wii, so kind of lost my progress at like level 40 something. So
Yeah, we got to the sword, or like the fallen arm, I think. Oh no! We didn't even get on the sword. We were on the
You're still on the
we were
arm.
on Valak Mountain.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
on the, oh shit! You didn't get fucking You were just getting to when the plow was just starting to get rolling.
I'm pretty sure the last thing I saw was Fiora, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I never played the game again. So playing Xenoblade Definitive Edition will be kind of a big thing for me, especially now that I've been spoiled with the rest of the game.
I'm so stoked. I love how it
Fiora
looks.
is real.
I love the look. I love the
So
look.
wait, is that because Fiora is real because Melia is a bird?
Yes.
She's not real. Case closed.
Yes.
End the podcast.
We've solved this, boys.
I think that. I don't know. Is there any other questions?
No.
I'm out.
I stole yours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
So I think that
you're
is
fool
Don't
now.
disrespect
That's my
the
attack.
Xenoblade art style. I'll find you and I'll break your kneecaps. It looks
Dude, he just art canceled you.
Art cancel. I mean, it's fine because I gotta eat and start streaming soon. So, all right. All right. Well, that was all the questions. Thank you everyone for tuning into this episode of the Libracadeum Lounge. Libracadeum Lounge is available on YouTube because of people that sponsor it and people that share the videos. So thank you for all who get to do that and who do that. It's also pretty fun to make because we get to have a lot of guest stars and do a bunch of fun questions. I think there's only one other person we have that we can get on podcast soon. But then otherwise, we're probably going to take a break from guest stars to just do a few more episodes of just me and Phil because, it's the show.
It's been too long.
But it's been too long, honestly. It's first
Y'all
episode.
did
and
only
then
one episode with just you two.
First episode, and then our inbox was just like...
we literally started this podcast so we alone could, like, talk, and then everybody was like, I want to be on the podcast. So that's kind of funny how it
That's
worked
how
out.
podcasts work, dude. You get guest stars.
Figures. Alright.
That's how the social networking works, but yeah. Anyway, good night, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Peace.
Hasta la
Oh, yeah, wait,
mañana.
wait.
What?
Wait. Shulk, do you want to plug anything?
No.
Okay. Well, now good night, everyone.
Fake hair.
Everywhere.
Stop it.